What's going on? It's your man Mal C, baby, 219 TV, Cheeks for Life, Midwest Connected. And on this one right here, we want to touch down, man, and talk about something that should be near and dear to all our hearts. My man Ed Reed. And the reason, see, Ed Reed, people tripping off Ed Reed. I'm a football fan to the core, baby. So every now and then, like I said, we give you all type of content, but I definitely touch it to the world of sports. I got a son that play ball, both of my boys in the ball. I got friends whose sons play ball. My family whose sons play ball, football, basketball. So I got a cousin that's down in Nap. Little cousin went to University of Indianapolis. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, I don't know, man. This is a critical, touchy subject here because they getting down on Ed Reed. Is he tripping? Because he was passionate about it. You know what I'm saying? He showed some things that they didn't really want him to show. You feel what I'm saying? So, just kind of look at it, though. The statement that Bethune Cookman released, they decided not to go with him after he went on camera, was talking about his office, the field. He had players picking up garbage. They like he was cussing and da-da-da-da-da-da. He was putting them on blast. People saying he shouldn't have did it like that. He said, he apologized for the unprofessionalism, but y'all want him to come in like Deion Sanders went into Jackson State because he had Reed, and he like, I ain't going. So boom, they puts out a letter after he do that just to speed you up timeline. They puts out a letter saying they decided not to proceed with the contract, but they said he withdrew his name. He said he didn't withdraw his name. They told him to withdraw his name. Middle of a recruiting trip. That's what started all of this. He had a recruiting trip, like 20, 30 recruits that came to the school because he was there wanting to play. And now when the recruits got there, they had to tell the recruits, we ain't finna hire him. And it was a whole show. Mothers got mad. They said they gave $30 at the hotel for dinner. Ed Reed went out his pocket for the family to kick it and stay and make a weekend out of it. But he wasn't going to coach there no more. Now they kids is in limbo. They was finna committed to a college. You see what I'm saying? You see Edgerrin James, he had something to say about it. Used to play for the Colts. But he hate for those, you know what I'm saying? Us that can't work together. Look, he said the outside, now dig. He said, look, the outside support that he had. See, this is the part that killed us as people of color when it comes to doing business, because you got to think, the colleges, now it's all business at the end of the day. We like to touch on that. So touch on the business aspect. The school get money. They get federal grants for so many millions, and they just keeping the school together. They got mold on the wall. That's why the kids was protesting like, yo, Reed was right. He do need to. So, the kids is like, bring him back. But, he had Shaq ready to come in. He was having like Deion. He was getting people lining them up. But he was letting them know, I ain't finna just use all my resources off top. And we ain't even signed a contract yet. They was ready to invest in building new facilities. So now they just shot themselves in the foot, like, we don't want you here. Didn't know what he had coming. You see what I'm saying? They ain't know what Ed had something in the. Look at that. He had trucks out there ready to get it going. Had kids, people out there cleaning up because he in the construction and real estate. So he brought his people in, had the school help picking up trash, all that. That's why he got mad. You know what I'm saying? You got the kids ready to help. They ready to help do this. Look at that. They was deep out there, the team. So that's support, if you ask me. But see what it is, the business, he was coming in messing up the money. You got to think, they talking about the board of the school. The school board, they all been sitting there. Reggie Theus, he the AD and the head basketball coach. Reggie Theus is getting 2 checks. That's why they like, nah, you got to know, bro. You messing up the money. See what I'm saying? The players say, like dude said, Reed was right. It's bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I'm a 3-star recruit out of Ohio. I could have went to any school. I chose to come down here for HBCU legacy, trying to fulfill a back dream. That's what I'm saying. Why y'all think Prime left? Now y'all see how God work. Prime sitting back like, I ain't got to say nothing. Everything I was telling y'all, the reason I left Prime, just, he was working with a little more paper problem. See that? They knew it was more than football work. Some people really care about the kids. When you get older, man, and you're in a position to do, you do. Man, he from what Reed? He from Louisiana, right outside of New Orleans, some little small town, 1 bedroom, 5 people. You know the story. He was one of them. So he into what he do. But he like, I ain't no slouch or no bum, but now he still want to go coach. Cause now he thinking like, damn, that was my first head coach job. So he trying to like, man, we can put our come, but they like, so hey, man, now the grown men got to put but he got to live with what he did and what he said too. That's a lesson there. Don't jump out there too quick. But hey, he put him on blast, bro. You know what I'm saying? He put him on blast, and they like he messed up the money. They say Reggie Theus, because he not the he the AD, he the athletic dude and the head coach. See, they got a player petition that they want him to come back. They don't even got no practice field. They got to catch the bus. They said they ain't even got no locker room. Now, let's keep it 100. If your kid committed to going to these schools, and this is the situation, that's why a lot of them don't make it to that degree. That's why they going to the 5-star. That's why Dion went to a school that he know he could bring kids from the hood to a real program that's going to get them, not these schools that's trying to use the program to build up the school. And that's what a lot of that's what they doing. They want to use these players like they saying they trying to use them. It's give and take. They trying to use his fame and his gang, get money coming to the school to build it. So they make these bogus contracts. Dudes that's coaching is dudes that probably them they only coaching job. So they gonna take the 80, 50,000, 60,000, 70,000 a year. They want more. He want more than that. But at the same time, look at that. You see what Matt Barnes said? You see what Matt Barnes say, man? Matt Barnes say, you always got to watch Reggie. Matt Barnes, he used to play with under Reggie Theus when Reggie Theus played for when he played for the Sacramento on his dying out day. Reggie Theus used to play for the Bulls too. That's what I remember from first. But then, he played with Sacramento too on his last day. So he was still, so Reggie Theus, pretty boy, what I'm saying, slick one. So, he told Reed, yo, man. So they let him go, and he had a decision in that. And they trying to say because he was cussing. Now come on, man. If you played any sport, especially with black coaches, especially football, they cuss. They cuss. They cuss. They cussing you out, your mama out. They cuss, bro. It just is what it is. So come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all know what y'all was getting. Y'all just didn't think he was going to expose y'all to that degree. You feel what I'm saying? So, it's like they didn't think he was going to expose them to that degree. So it's kind of like, he messing up the money. He messing up the money. So let me know what y'all think about that. What y'all think about these HBCUs, black coaches, people helping. Now, what should happen is the people that got money just invest into the HBCUs and build them up so they don't lose their money and close down. You feel what I'm saying? And HBCUs, if people give y'all money, do the right thing with it. If we send our kid to HBCU, let us know that we ain't sending them to a trap house. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sending them to a trap house. But shout out to all the HBCUs because hey, I didn't even go to school. So I congratulate anybody that's even at a HBCU. You're doing big things. Don't let nobody tell you that. It ain't the school, it's the rules, baby. As long as you get in that game and that education, hey, HBCUs is where it's at. But at the same time, come on, administration, get it together. Drop some in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think about that. We just wanted to touch in and what y'all think about Ed Reed, man. Is y'all with him or is he tripping? Some people, I'm with him though. I feel him, man. Expose him, bro. Expose.